Hello, everybody. This is Dale Schweeman with the Schwee View. Today's topic is going to be education and who is responsible for it. Now, we'll start off by saying, hey, guys, let's hit that subscribe button. Let's hit the like buttons. Let's share this. Talk to your friends and your enemies. Get some more people to come and watch. Definitely send in some comments. Let me know what your views are. But today's subject education. We have a problem with our schools over the last 10, 15, 25 years. Um, People are complaining that our schools aren't educating our children enough, and they're coming out not prepared. We have discipline problems in our schools. We have a lot of issues with our schools, and everybody seems to be coming up with a let's point the finger at the government. The government needs to come up with a way to fix this problem. We're coming up with we've got the public schools, we got the private schools, we got the charter schools, we got traditional schools, vocational schools. Those are all good. But the bottom line is the individuals who are responsible for the education of our children are our parents. Okay, this is going to go right back to what I said in my Shui View preview. I am not politically correct, and I will hurt feelings, but I'll be respectful. And in this, I am respectful when I say it's our parents' responsibility to educate our children. Children don't go to school until 4 or 5 years old. That's a long stretch in which they're in the company of just their parents. Total responsibility is their parents. When you get a child who's 4 to 5 years old and goes into kindergarten and does not know their ABCs, does not know their colors, does not know their numbers, does not know their shapes, that's a parent's responsibility. That's not the school's fault. Children should already know the basics by 4 years old. You can take children into these schools and they can sing songs, they can do dances, they can do all kinds of cute little things, but they can't say their ABCs, they don't know their numbers, colors, or shapes. That means our parents are not focusing on educating the child or preparing the child for the future. This is harsh, but it's the truth. Now, there's a lot of things in education that go along with this. But what I'm saying right here doesn't have a darn thing to do with an individual's financial status, their health status, or anything else in life. I don't care who you are. Anybody can sit down with your child and just start reciting the ABCs, get them to know the alphabet, get them to know their numbers, their colors, and their shapes, get them to know their right from their left. I have 3 children. One is 34, she's got 2 kids of her own. One is 32, he has 2 kids of his own. And I have a 16-month-old. And I do these very things. I accept full responsibility for the educational outcome of my children. As a parent, it is our responsibility to prepare our children to be positive positive adults when they make it into adulthood, positive members of our society when they make it into adulthood. And they cannot be positive members of society if they are not educated. Now, here is a statistical proven fact. Children that go into kindergarten that are behind, don't know their ABCs, end up being the exact same students that are still behind and slowing down the class when they get into high school. It stays with them. If we as parents want what's best for our children and for the children's future, and shucks, if you want to be selfish about it, you want it to be best for you, because the better off your children are when you start them, the better off they are at the end, the easier they are for you when they leave the house. they are educated enough to go out on their own, and then you can do your retirement comfortably. So don't think about this just as a responsibility that's going to make your kids better, but it's going to make your own life better. Work on that. Sit down. Instead of doing the TV, put it on pause. I have a friend. She has an 8-year-old son. She's awesome. She is. They come home. He comes home from school. He throws a fit when she says it's time to do homework, but she makes sure he does his homework. She will shut down the TV and then sit and read with him. And then he has to read back. She calls this her bonding time with her child. And he gets to enjoy that time one-on-one with his mother. These are great techniques that she uses. And these are things that all parents have the opportunity to do. And let's be honest, as a parent, it's your responsibility to prepare your child to be successful. It's easy to teach your children right and left. Start from the time they're born. You just tell them, give me your right arm when they're putting on their shirt. Give me your left arm when they're putting on their shirt. Their right leg, their left leg. These are simple little things, but they sink into the child. You can be doing counting. You can be doing numbers, letters, colors, and shapes. You can do all this all the time, but be structured with it. Children need to be set down every now and then to go through educational stuff so that they're prepared not only with the educational that's coming in, but they're also prepared for the process of sitting in a seat while they're in school to learn from the teacher. These are learning concepts. We are not born with the concept of going to school. We have to teach our children how to go to school. We have to teach our children how to behave while in school. We have to prepare them for that. That's our responsibility as parents. No governmental agency. I don't care how much money you throw at it. I don't care if you do charter schools. I don't care what it is. If we as parents don't prepare our children, then our children will not be prepared. And what is the saying? When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So when you fail to prepare your children, you're preparing your children for failure. It's our responsibility. And I reach out to you to heed what I'm saying. It may be harsh, but it is the truth. And I ask each and every one of you guys that have watched this video today, share this video. Let people get mad at me. Let this discussion be the discussion that needs to be talked about. We're at the beginning of the school year again for 2018, and many children are going to school unprepared. And I'm telling you, each child that starts as a kindergartner that doesn't know their ABCs, their alphabet, their numbers, their shapes, their colors, their rights and lefts, are the kids that go into the class, they slow down the rest of the class. The teacher has to hold off on these other students to prepare these students. These students then start feeling pressure of being behind. They end up becoming the student that becomes the jokester, the student that becomes a disruptive in class because they don't know the answers to some of the simple questions. So instead of being laughed at for not knowing and being labeled the dummy, they will end up being the smart aleck and the disruptive person in class, the class clown, the bully, all these little things to get the focus off the fact that the other kids won't notice that they don't know the answer to 6 plus 2. Parents, this is your responsibility. This is not a teacher's responsibility to prepare the building blocks. Teachers build on what you have already done. It is our parents' responsibility to do these things. Now, again, I'm asking you, hit that subscribe button. Send this video out. Hit the like button. Ain't nobody going to dislike this. You may disagree with what I have to say, but nobody should dislike this video. Send me in your comments, but more so, share this video. Get this out there at the beginning of the school year so we can start focusing on having better education for our children in this country. I'm tired of hearing that the United States educational system is dropping. It's not because of the government's fault. You can't put this on any politician. This is our fault as parents. We need to do our job. I thank you for your time. This is Dale Schweeman with the Schwee View.